Hi everyone, I will present our study named Unity Supported Game-Based Learning Teachers' Perspectives on the Development of Classroom Management Skills. Our research investigates how game-based learning supported by Unity technologies can help pre-service teachers build stronger classroom management skills. We are witnessing rapid changes in educational technologies, and this demands a shift in how we prepare future teachers. It's no longer enough to focus solely on theory. Teachers now need digital competencies and practical skills that match the classroom realities. That's why game-based learning has become so important. It helps make learning more engaging, interactive, and motivating, not just for students, but for teachers in trainings as well. The role of educational technologies, unfortunately, traditional teaching training, mainly built on lectures and short-term internships, often fails to prepare teachers for the real-world challenges they will face. There is a clear gap between theory and practice, and this gap can make classroom management especially difficult for new teachers. We believe educational technologies, especially interactive tools like GPL, can bridge that gap effectively. Why focus on classroom management? And we can say that because it's one of the most critical and most challenging skills for any teacher. Game-based learning provides realistic scenarios that allow pre-service teachers to experience classroom dynamics before they step into a real class. This kind of applied learning is essential to move beyond theoretical understanding. An importance of game-based learning, it doesn't just help with classroom routines. It also builds technical skills, motivation, problem-solving abilities, and decision-making also. These are exactly the kinds of higher-order skills that teacher needs in today's digital educational landscape. And in this context, aim of this study is to examine teachers' perspectives on the use of Unity-supported game-based learning in developing classroom management skills among pro-service teachers. We wanted to understand how this can support the development of classroom management skills, and we also examined how traditional training methods fall short and how game-based stimulations can fill in the gaps. And we will look at that. Accordingly, we have three core questions. The first one is, what are the shortcomings of traditional teacher training methods in developing classroom management skills? The second research question is, what are teacher perspectives on game-based learning? And third and the last research question is, how can USGBL contribute to the development of pre-service teachers' classroom management skills? In method, this was a case study with 10 teachers from various disciplines. Our goal was to capture diverse views and explore the topic in depth. Data were analyzed using content analysis to identify key patterns and themes. And when it comes to the findings, we organized them under three main research questions. The first one, shortcomings of traditional teacher training methods in developing classroom management skills. The second one is findings of teachers' experiences and perceptions regarding game-based learning. And the last one, findings on the contribution of USGBL to pre-service teachers' classroom management skills. The first table as it seems, the first one is inadequacies of theoretical courses and teaching practices. Findings regarding the effectiveness of traditional teacher training methods have been grouped into 4 categories, and we will analyze them one by one. The first one is inadequacies. Participants expresses that theoretical courses and teaching practices were inadequate in developing classroom management skills. Although theoretical courses provided knowledge related to classroom management, its applicability in real classroom environments was reported to be limited. And they say that this is not limitless in the classroom settings. We also stated that remained passive during practice-based courses at the university and were unable to sufficiently experience real classroom dynamics, and that was not possible to experience this in the university years. And second one is gap between real classroom environments and university education. Participants stated that the knowledge acquired at university differed significantly from experiences in actual classroom settings, causing teachers to experience a reality shock upon entering the profession. It was emphasized that university curricula don't adequately prepare teachers for real classroom situations. Maybe I can share one of the ideas they say. For example, there are significant differences between the education we received at the university and the real environments in schools. I wish pre-service teachers were trained in a way that allows them to anticipate future challenges. And we will go on with the third one. Third one is challenges encountered by pre-service teachers during the teaching practices. It was stated that they didn't receive sufficient enough guidance during the practical training process, and they struggled to gain practical experiences in classroom management. For example, short duration of internships, limited opportunities for pre-service teachers was an obstacle to experience this in the best way. And fourth one is necessity of alternative and supportive teaching methods. They stated that traditional methods were insufficient in developing classroom management skills, highlighting the need for alternative teaching methods such as technology-supported simulations, problem scenarios, and practical experiences like that. Some participants' statements, maybe I can share that, traditional methods alone are not sufficient for classroom management. Contemporary methods like game-based learning enable teachers to interact better with students. And table 2. We categorize them under the 5 subtitles. The first one is lack of experience in game-based learning. Many teachers stated that they had never participated in a game-based learning program before and lacked sufficient knowledge on the subject. And teachers accustomed to traditional teaching methods expressed difficulties in understanding how to implement game-based learning effectively. Some participant statements are presented, and I will share one of them. I have never received any training on game-based learning. I have no knowledge about this topic even. If we look at that statement, we can say that they have never seen such kind of application or experiences. And second one is contribution of game-based learning. Some teacher indicated that game-based learning supports learning by encouraging students to participate more actively in lesson. Gamified content was reported to enhance to the cognitive processes, helping them grasp subject more effectively, and they can learn better in advance. We can say that. Third one, impacts of game-based learning on student motivation. It was noted that gamified content increases students' engagement and motivation in lesson. And we can say that if we create a good area with gamified content, they can learn and they can motivate it to the lesson. A fun and interactive learning environment was seen as a factor that encourages students to participate more actively in lesson. And fourth one is contribution of game-based learning to classroom management. It is seen as a factor that facilitates classroom management. By increasing students' engagement in lesson, it can help reduce distractions and strengthen teachers' control over the classroom. Some participant statements are presented and I can share one of them. Game-based learning can make a significant contribution to classroom management. By motivating students, it can help maintain order in the classroom. And the last one is teachers' lack of technical knowledge in game-based learning. Some teachers stated that they lacked the necessary technical knowledge to implement game-based learning effectively. It was emphasized that teachers need more training in preparing digital platforms and gamified content. And table 3, we categorized them into 4 parts, and I will explain them one by one. The first one is motivation and willingness to learn. Unity-supported interactive educational stimulations have been found to increase per-service teachers' interest in classroom management. Game-based learning methods capture students' attention, making it easier for teachers to maintain control over classroom management. Additionally, it has noted that these methods also enhance teachers' motivation. Some participant statements that I can share is, it makes students more eager to participate in lesson. When students are motivated, the teacher's motivation also increases, they say. And the second one is development of self-confidence and self-efficacy. It helps pre-service teachers build confidence in classroom management. Through stimulations, pre-services teachers can gain prior experiences in handling classroom challenges they may encounter in real-life teaching. And this increasing their self-confidence. And third one is quick decision-making and problem-solving ability. Unity-supported stimulations assist pre-service teachers in quickly and effectively addressing classroom management issues. These stimulations provide opportunities to experience crisis situations and help teachers strengthen their classroom control. And fourth one and the last one, stimulations enhance pre-service teachers' ability to use educational technologies. Increasing integration of digital tools in modern education, platforms like USGBL support teachers in adapting to technological advancement. And when it comes to the conclusion and discussion part, we can say that it boosted student engagement and motivation. It helps students understand lesson better. And it's even improved classroom management by keeping students focused and reducing distraction. Still, teachers mentioned a need for technical training to feel confident using these tools. Increased motivation and interest in classroom management, greater self-confidence and self-efficacy through realistic practice is one of the conclusion parts of our study. To sum up, traditional training methods alone are insufficient. They don't reflect the complexity of real classrooms. We can say that. And this mismatch often leads to the stress, uncertainty, and lack of confidence, all part of the reality shock new teachers face. But Unity-supported simulations give teachers a chance to practice safely, build confidence, and adopt the digital tools. At this part, I want to add this one. And then I will talk about recommendation. Based on our findings, we recommend more practical and stimulation-based training in teacher education programs, technical training and support for teachers in GBL, design and usage, digital pedagogy frameworks to guide how game-based tools can be integrated into curricula, mentoring programs to help new teachers apply innovative methods, and finally, featured research on the long-term impact of UCGBL on teaching effectiveness. And thank you for your listening. Our research was like that. Thank you so much.